Good morning on this Sunday. Let's take a look right now over Lake Lanier. Beautiful start to this day. Thanks so much for checking in with us. I'm Megan Packer with First Alert meteorologist Courtney Jacobazzi. Thanks for checking in. You're watching Atlanta News First Plus. Courtney, good morning. What a beautiful start. You're going to tell us all about the forecast in just a minute.
Yeah, it's going to be a beautiful day today. Lots of sunshine, a perfect fall day, and a pretty warm week ahead of us. So we got a little bit to cover in just a couple minutes.
All right, we'll see you in a minute. But right now, we do want to get you caught up with some of the day's top stories. Again, I'm Megan Packer here, just letting you know what we're working on from overnight into this Sunday. If you joined us earlier on TV for Atlanta News First Sunday morning, you got a little idea of some of the stories that we talked about, including this. It was a big night in Metro Atlanta, in Doraville specifically. We are talking about the grand opening red carpet gala for Assembly Atlanta. This is the area's newest movie studio. We've been talking about it for a while now. This is our parent company, Gray Television's project. They are the driving force behind this, and they hosted this big red carpet gala last night on the Doraville property. This is the former site of a big General Motors plant there. The 135-acre property will eventually be open to the public with places to come visit. There's water there. You can eventually eat. There will be places to live, work, and play really on this property. So the first phase is open. The movie studios, you're taking a look at the red carpet. Everyone had a chance to line up right in front of the different facades that will be used to shoot movies right here in Metro Atlanta. If you want it to look like New York City, they've got you covered. If you want it to look like Europe, you are in luck. New Orleans. So really, really cool to see the finished product as this phase rolls out. Okay, the Actors Union is going back to the negotiating table this week with the major Hollywood studios. They have been on strike now, actors, for 101 days as of today. So they are supposed to go back to the negotiating table on Tuesday. We've told you that the studios broke off the last round of talks, saying the two sides were just too far apart when it came to revenue sharing for streaming shows. SAG-AFTRA, the Actors Union, says it made significant steps to compromise, but that the studio heads just walked away. So again, they hit 100 days on the picket line this weekend, and they will be back to the table to talk Tuesday. In Atlanta yesterday, there was a group of people. They marched. They want to hear and they want to see, more specifically, body camera video related to an incident of an encounter with a man and Atlanta police, and that man later died. We have followed the story of Johnny Hallman for a while. He died after he was tased by Atlanta police, and people want to see the final moments of his life. They want to see police body camera video. Police say Hallman was tased because he was agitated and uncooperative during an August traffic stop in southwest Atlanta. The medical examiner ruled his death a homicide, but added that heart disease also contributed to his death. You can see here people were out marching to City Hall yesterday to demand that that body camera video from the night be released. If you are looking for something to do today in Dunwoody, the Atlanta Kosher Barbecue Festival is happening today. And here's what you need to know. It's at Brook Run Park from 11 until 3. 25 teams will be out there to compete to make kosher brisket, beef ribs, chicken, and chili. Tasting tickets start at $1.25. There's also a silent auction to raise money for local Jewish organizations. So that is just one of the many events happening across Metro Atlanta this weekend. Make it a great day if you head out, because boy, the weather is pretty much picture perfect. So we'll bring in First Alert meteorologist Courtney Jacobazzi here again, and you have got the forecast of the hour. Let me tell you.
Oh my goodness, for every event this weekend, I mean, vendors just really pray for stuff like this when they start planning.
It's great. We just have a little bit of wind,
Right.
so they just might have to be a little bit aware of that, right?
Yeah, a little bit of a breezy day today, but I think that's just going to make it feel more wonderful outside. Just a perfect fall day. So if you like the weather today, we have a couple more days of it, and then we're going to start a pretty big warm up. So temperatures the next couple of days will be just about at average, and then we're going to go above average as we head into the second half of the week. So a little bit to cover. First, of course, we're going to start with your Sunday, a beautiful view over Lake Lanier. You see some of those cirrus clouds out there. Those are those high, wispy-looking clouds. They're actually mostly made of ice crystals, so they're so high up that the air up there is obviously very, very cold, and so they're mainly made of really delicate ice crystals, and they usually indicate some sort of pattern change, or they're usually a sign that a cold front is either coming or passing through. So cold front is moving through the area. There it is, starting to push south of the city now, so we're starting to see some clearing skies across the area, including in Lake Lanier. I just saw a boat out on Lake Lanier. Someone is out and about on Lake Lanier right now. That's probably a little bit of a chilly breeze they got going on as they move across the lake. 74 for a high today. If you are in some of our far northern counties, you'll probably top out near 70. Overall, it's going to be a beautiful day with a lot of sunshine. The only caveat is if you're south of the city, so we're talking from LaGrange to parts of Heard and Haralson County, Jasper, Putnam, Butts County, Lamar County, you'll probably hang on to clouds a little longer today because that front, as it continues to sink south, is going to kind of slow down. So I think if you're south of I-20, you'll experience more cloud cover for longer today. And then it does seem like clouds will start to rebuild later tonight after sunset and into tomorrow morning. So overall, we'll kind of have waves of clouds and then more sunshine as we head through the next couple of days. Also going to be breezy, by the way, today. So expect wind gusts anywhere between 20 to 25 miles per hour. And as Megan said, if you're a vendor heading out to any of the events, packing up your stuff, getting ready to go, just keep that in mind that it's going to be a little breezy today. Tonight, we have a pretty cool event going on, the Orionid meteor shower. I believe I said that right. I feel like it's always a little difficult to talk about the star names and the meteor shower names, but either way, I do think the sky should be mostly clear to see this. This is supposed to be a really neat event to watch where the meteors kind of rapid fire, and tonight at 8 p.m. is the peak of this meteor shower. So if you want to head out and look up at the sky around 8 p.m., look over near the horizon, you'll see potentially some meteors going off in a meteor shower. So again, I think most of us will experience mostly clear skies, with the exception of some of our southern counties might be a little bit too cloudy for you to see, but you might see a couple of the streaks of light go on by between the cloud cover, and overall a nice night. Now as we head towards 10 o'clock, I do think clouds will start to increase, and again, we'll start the day tomorrow partly to mostly cloudy and chilly with temperatures in the mid to upper 40s near 50. So as you're heading to school, heading to work tomorrow, you'll probably need a light jacket. Heading home, we'll be in the low 70s. Overall, a really nice day with partly to mostly cloudy skies through your Monday afternoon. So here's a look at your Monday as a whole. Again, 50s for the morning. If you're not inside the perimeter, you'll probably be in the 40s tomorrow, so you'll need the layers. The breeze will die down tomorrow, and then we'll be in the 60s by 11, so your lunch hour will be really comfortable, and then we'll top out in the low 70s, so a really nice start to the week. Sunday, that front moves through, of course, today. And then as we head into the week, this ridge of high pressure builds in the mid to upper levels of the atmosphere. And we talk about these a lot, especially in the summertime. When these park themselves over us in the summer, causes some really, really high heat. That's kind of going to be the case this week, but in fall terms. So, of course, we're not going to have summer-like heat, but we'll have high heat for fall, especially for the second half of the week. We'll be mild for the first half, but then we go into some warmer than average temperatures. These areas of high pressure also kind of serve as a force field, so protects us from any kind of weather systems, any kind of rain systems for moving in, so it's going to keep us rain-free as well. Here's a look at the next 6 days. Again, mild through about midweek. Our average high is 72 this time of year, so we'll be just about on par for that today, tomorrow, and Tuesday. We'll still be under the influence of that northwest flow behind our front, so that'll keep our temperatures about average. But then that ridge really starts to take over for the second half of the week, so we'll be in the mid-70s starting Wednesday, upper 70s Friday, and 80 degrees on the way for Saturday. It's going to be a pretty toasty Saturday. Now, let's talk about some rain. This year, we've picked up 35.35 inches of rain, believe it or not. I had to double check that when I started typing it to make sure I had that right, because he had 35 and 35. But 35.35 inches of rain for the year. So we're in about a 5.5-inch deficit for the year so far. And for the month, we're also in about a 0.5-inch deficit. So not too far behind for the month, but the year we definitely have some making up to do. And the rainfall department, and this week, just not going to do it for us. I think our next weather system could potentially come early next week. This is Saturday morning. Notice that front kind of building throughout parts of the Great Lakes region. Also maybe some snow up in Canada and parts of far northern tier of the United States. but we'll watch for some rain. I was looking, of course, Halloween is next Tuesday, so I know a lot of you probably wondering what that forecast looks like. Right now, it kind of looks like this front fizzles apart, so of course we need the rain. We don't want it on a night where a lot of kids are really looking forward to going out and going trick-or-treating, but I don't necessarily think that's going to impact Halloween. We might get some of that rain on Wednesday, but something we'll be keeping an eye on. We could use the rain, but it's definitely not in sight this week. In the meantime, just enjoy the beautiful weather. Low 70s the next few days, breezy today with a lot of sunshine. Obviously, it's a really nice start to the morning out there right now, and that'll just continue through the day. And then we'll be in the mid-70s Wednesday. Mornings stay pretty cool. Our mornings will get warmer for the second half of the week, but I still think 50s and low 60s is at least light jacket worthy. And then we'll head near 80 degrees on Saturday. So if the past couple weeks haven't been your jam, we've been a little chilly the past couple weeks. We got some warm weather for all of our warm weather lovers. Didn't think we were going to see 80 again, but here we are, seeing 80. Although I will say, I can't even say that because Halloween is always like that. It's always a toss-up. It's like a coin toss. It's either going to be really cold on Halloween or it's going to be really warm. And this year, without that cold front moving through, it just might be really warm. So any of the kids getting their costumes together, don't think you're necessarily going to have to add the layers on top of that costume this year, but we'll keep watching that forecast for you as we get closer to the day. All right, everyone, I hope you make it a wonderful Sunday. Get out and enjoy the beautiful weather. Thanks so much for spending some time with us, and we'll catch you here next time.